What's going on, Staten Island? You guessed it. It's another edition of Together Inside Business Spotlight. My name is Todd Bavona, reporting for the Staten Island events to chat with someone from the small business community on Staten Island. And today our chat brings us to Pasquale Lopercaro. He is Executive Director of Emergency Children's Help Organization. Pasquale, how are you, man?
Very well, Todd. Thank you very much for having me today.
Great to have you on, man. Hey, let's get right to your organization. Give us a little history and tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
The Emergency Children's Help Organization, ECHO, was founded in 2007 by Mr. Sebastian Angelico, and it was a result, believe it or not, of him reading an article in your paper about a child who was sick and needed some help. So anonymously, he sent a check to try and help a little bit. He's always been very charitable throughout his life. And at a get-together with his friends, the subject came up about the little girl who was sick, and many of his friends said that they also sent checks anonymously. So Sebastian Angelico said, well, why don't we start a charity that could help perhaps many children? And ECHO was born in 2007. And since then, ECHO has been growing very strongly every single year. Our mission is to provide financial assistance to children and their families during a medical or living emergency. We'll help pay for food, we'll buy clothing, pay electric bills, and even pay for travel expenses if the child needs to travel to get treatment. So there's a whole gamut of things that we do. And we're proud to say that on our very first year of operation, 2008, we gave out $10,000 and everyone was very happy. And in the last 6 years, we've averaged over $250,000.
Wow. Very, very impressive there. I want to get into now. So let's get into COVID hits in March. What does that mean for you and the organization, and how did you have to pivot, and what was going on over there?
So on the fundraising side, we have a couple of fundraisers each year. We have a very beautiful golf outing, typically in June, that obviously had to be canceled. We have a gala that sometimes carries up to 800 people in October of every year. And right now we're on the fence with that one because we're not really sure if we're going to be able to have a gala of that magnitude at the venue that we typically have it at because of restrictions. In terms of how we're operating, we've migrated to teleconferencing, working at home. We've instilled a practice, a whole new set of routines of how a recipient can receive their grant. So we use a lot of different mediums to get that accomplished. And in terms of specifics for COVID-19, while we don't have a specific program in place for COVID-19, but anyone that fits our mission, which is a child 18 years of age or younger, whose family was stricken with this and there's a disability involved with the child, they could apply, and each case will be vetted individually.
So you're still able to carry on your mission despite what has been going on, especially when we were in quarantine for the past few months. Again, we're in like a modified phase 3 at the time of this recording, Pasquale. What does that now mean for the rest of the summer and for the fall? How do you think this affects your program? Do you continue to do this telecommunication, the digital world, or what else can we look forward to in 2020 for the organization, Pasquale?
Well, we're going to continue our mission of obviously in an altered fashion. We just joined in with the JCC and Sunrise Camp, and we provided a grant for a Camp in a Box program that they have where these children who typically go to Sunrise Camp cannot go because of COVID-19, and we help fund some of their supplies for the program. So we altered our way of doing things a bit, but like to think that we're still a small part of the community to help children that might need it at the time. Moving forward in 2020, we do have a couple of things in the hopper that are outside our mission. Typically, we started our first capital campaign. We're putting the ECHO Pediatric Emergency Unit at Staten Island University Hospital, Northwell Health South Site on Sagayan Avenue, and that will be a beautifully renovated emergency room with two entrances, one for children, one for adults. And the reason behind it is if a child comes in with a scraped knee, perhaps, that they don't have to be subject to witnessing some type of trauma that an adult might be experiencing. There are 11 new treatment rooms, a new nurses station, new bathrooms, a new waiting area. It's just an incredible thing. And hopefully within 6 to 8 weeks, that project will be done. It's been in the works for many years now, but we're almost ready to have the ribbon cutting ceremony, and obviously we hope you're there.
Of course, yeah, it sounds like something that the Staten Island event should definitely bid out to cover, and congratulations on that. That sounds like it's going to be great. Pasquale, a little off the prepared questions here. My next question will be, what are you seeing as what people need in the past few months and now? What's the need from those, like you said, 18 and younger? What's been the call from you guys as an organization? What are the kids really needing at this point? Is it just to interact with people? Is it physical, tangible, whether it's PPE or whatever? What do people need at this point there, Pasquale?
Our mission is so unique in the sense that when a child unfortunately has some type of medical emergency, the family could get hit in many ways. And that could mean that one or two of the parents may not be able to work. And while COVID, obviously made the problem worse, or could make the problem worse, these people sometimes need help with just simply buying groceries, and we'll provide gift cards to a local supermarket, or they may have some trouble with some utility bills. And many times, if they have to travel to the city for treatment, you're talking about parking, gas, tolls, and we take care of all that kind of thing. So while COVID probably makes it much worse for anyone, involved in this, we're just trying to keep moving forward. And if COVID makes it a bit more difficult, we'll try and do whatever we can to try and assist further.
All right, so you still got some great news, and still the beat goes on with the organization, right, Pasquale? So the Echo Pediatric Emergency Unit that you have on the South Shore on Saginaw opening very soon. Pasquale, thanks so much for the time today. Really appreciate it.
One last thing, Todd, if you don't mind. We have a board of 38 very dedicated, diverse members. Each one of them does not take one dime. This is all volunteer. And people give their time, their money, and their effort. And we have a tremendous board and a wonderful chairman and founder, and Mr. Sebastian Angelico. And if it wasn't for his vision, there would be no Echo. So I'd like to thank them all and a wonderful staff. We have a small staff of 2 wonderful people that we keep things very close in terms of budget, very, very low payroll. So we try and get as much money to the kids as possible.
Thank you for sharing that. The beauty of the program right there. Pasquale, thanks so much for the time today. Really appreciate you sharing about the organization.
My pleasure, Todd. Thank you for having us.
Another great segment here on Together Outside Business Spotlight. This time it was with Pasquale Lopercaro, the Executive Director of Emergency Children's Help Organization. I appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned for many more business spotlights coming. My name is Todd Bavone, reporting for the Staten Island events. Looking forward to seeing you next time.